So, go ahead, please.
I just like to introduce Ms. Jenny Keel. She is with TLM, and we're gonna do the park deal first before our meeting starts. So I'm gonna turn it over to her, let her have her spiel.
Thank you. We are submitting a grant application for a park to go here in this vacant lot downtown, creating a new park, and there's no fees to the city originally. So for the first time ever, the park grant's always been 50-50. So the city always had to come up with a 50% match, which was just unreasonable for most cities. And so the state has created a matching fund where now I believe this park, and I'll tell you what all's included in it, but I believe the total project is about $675,000 at no cost to the city. The state, two different grant agencies are going together to pay for this new park. The couple of things that we're adding, we'll replace the sidewalk out in front of it, put in some little bit better parking, and then there's going to be a 8th-mile walking track around the perimeter of the property that's going to kind of frame the park. There's going to be phase one that includes this project is going to have a small playground with the poured in place solid bouncy surfacing, so you're not going to have wood chips to maintain and things like that. So we're going ahead and investing right off the bat. We're having the good surfacing that self-maintains. There's going to be a big green space where there's room for expansion of the playground, put in some swing sets, some different things in the next phase. And then at the back side of the property, we're putting in a dual court, half court basketball court, and also a mobile pickleball net so people can play pickleball. So that the actual square will be striped out for pickleball and for basketball, and they'll be able to, obviously the basketball goal will stay up, but they'll be able to move the portable pickleball net into place, or they can move it if they're playing basketball. So it allows us to fit two sports on the same site, and it leaves us a lot of room for putting in a pavilion or different things in the future. So I believe we have 2 or 3 benches scheduled around the playground area, the track, the court, and the playground, and a little bit of parking. So like I said, it's $675 at no cost to the city. The grant application's due on the 1st. So we're working hard to get all of that finished before then. I do have some pretty pictures that I printed. I only brought 6, so if anybody wants one, you're welcome to take one. A summary of the budget, what we're going to be spending the money on. And then once they award the grant, I think they're planning on awarding in July. So they said that everybody will be under contract by August. I'm like 99% sure that we're going to get a yes on this. They fought hard to make a supply, so I feel really strong that we're going to get a yes. They'll have you under contract by August. I anticipate they'll build in the spring of 27, and you'll probably have a fully functioning, playground and park opened up by the end of the summer next year. So.
Did you say that it was fenced in, or we would have fenced in?
The fence is only around the court to control the basketball and pickleball. The whole park will be. If we have money, we'll put some landscaping in on this phase, but we didn't choose to spend the money on the landscaping, But the hope will be in future phases, or maybe just a small city project, if people come, that we'll be able to get some of those, trees, the perimeter trees that kind of create a barrier. Mm-hmm. We'd really like to be able to do that, to kind of green the space up and block off some of the things that are, around the park. Yes.
I hate to show my ignorance, but what in the cat hair is pickleball?
Okay, let's think about this. You know what tennis is?
Yeah.
Okay, and ping pong.
Right.
Take it and put it into something. It's like you hit it like a ping pong, but it's on a half-size tennis court. I have some in the truck. You gonna play in the street real quick?
Got a paddle and a white real light ball.
It's a hard paddle like
Okay.
like a ping pong.
Okay.
But the court is outdoors and it looks like tennis, but it's half the length. So you'll see a lot more people play. Kids all the way up to 80-year-old. They're playing because you don't have to move very far. You're in a space this big.
Sounds like my kind of sport.
Another question.
With all due respect, what's the urgency in regards to putting this playground out here when the town itself needs revenue. And that space could be utilized to bring in revenue as opposed to a playground.
I mean, I guess I'll have to let,
Board question.
yeah, I guess
Yeah, that's a
I'll
board,
let the
that's
board.
revenues and what? I mean,
Thank you. Who said that?
what'd you say, Donnie?
I said business, you said revenue and what? I said business.
We don't have any businesses
What business can
lined
we
up.
get? I have
coming in.
buried 5 different grocery chains to come over here and they're not gonna do it.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Okay. Do I need to stand up? Can I say?
No, you're good, man. As long as I hear you out, you're good.
All right. First of all, that place really not big enough for no park. It ain't no bigger than the one you got behind the city hall. And when I said business revenue, you can put some building there and rent it out to different business. So when things do come in, and plus the second thing, it's rented by the nursing home. You know, them kids, be keeping up noise and stuff. Right beside the nursing home. I don't know whether or not that would be good. And
A lot of the people in nursing homes like to see those
I
kids.
love
yeah,
watching
but
kids.
still, yet that's gonna be it ain't big enough, for a park.
It's probably bigger because it goes on back pretty deep.
Yeah, I see how far it go back deep, but it's a narrow lot, where you need to park at. Well, we had a park that came in before, and the city, they let the money go back. The park was put over there on Riley Road, in Mile Lane. The government had the money, and so they didn't want on their side of town. So they bought some land out there by Abundant Life. And then the state reneged on it,
Who bought land by Bundle
the
Life?
city,
Yeah,
Yeah, it did too. I know, I was there, and I raised the same question then. And I seen the drawing back, they had a great big old park, went all the way back there, all the way to the railroad track. Would have been a decent park, for what reason, they won't be on that side of town, whatever, but, this thing right here, it's not big enough to really have a park, and then you can do out there with families and stuff. Go ahead.
Well, one thing is that we have used Mile Lane Park a lot, the city's used it, and, that was also a grant situation, but we have a lot of complaints that it's too far out. And the little kids can't go play. We don't have anything in town for the little kids to come do. And my kids aren't walking out there by
You're also right
themselves.
around town and you get kids playing basketball in the streets. I mean, this is a safe place for them to come play basketball all day long.
It'd be good for the kids.
I think we need revenue for downtown. I don't
What
want
about
to
to
see,
build the town, once you build a town, create business for people to build houses and get jobs, then you can build you have revenue.
I got the same thought process as you do, Donnie.
Huh?
I've got the same thought process as you do.
Yeah, but the only thing the park gonna do, it's not gonna bring no revenue. It's just gonna cost you to upkeep it. And $675,000 for a little spot, they ain't gonna do with the money, but let me build it. But you see what I'm saying?
I can tell you that I've talked to a nursing home about this park and the placement of it, and they're excited about it. Because they've got residents that like to go outside, sit outside, and they would love to sit out there and watch these kids play.
I mean, I'm all about revenue, don't get me wrong, just like I talked to Mr. Ricky Patel. He's not interested in putting nothing down here, he wants it on the highway. Everybody wants to be on the highway, not down here. So how do you,
Cause there ain't nothing down here.
but what do you do to get something
We
here?
got a
That's
building,
what
we
I'm
can't
asking.
even rent.
You're gonna have to invest to make money. You have to put some buildings up.
We got 8,000 square foot building, we can't get back to take.
Build up town.
So my question would be, do we continue building 4,000 to 8,000 square foot buildings, let them sit here empty, hoping somebody will come in?
What about your, common chamber, commerce? Chamber of Commerce. We don't have one?
We don't have one that, our Chamber of Commerce is not like your bigger cities.
Do they meet?
Yeah, but nobody comes to them.
Nobody comes to them.
When
We
You talking
reached
these
out
ladies
to-
of Chamber of
So
Commerce?
they ain't meet then.
Yeah, we come up in and
They
meet.
don't,
And
but
we
nobody else
had, and
attends.
we publicized that it's here.
We had how many events last, like every month we had something going on, and
Every 6 weeks, we had an event.
And we don't have help,
Nobody helped
and
us
it's
do
very
that.
sporadic whether or not people are gonna show.
Well, that's just my opinion. I don't see the
Yeah,
point.
I get you. I'm right there with you. If anybody needs economical shot in the arm, it's Lake County, Tennessee. I'm with you, Donnie. But it was discussed not too long ago. We are surrounded by farm ground. Nowhere to expand up to entice any industry, to entice smaller businesses to come in to cater to a, it don't have to be huge, but we can't even get anybody, yes, and, talks are being made, but that's it, man.
What
And,
about mom and pop business?
I talked to 3 grocery chains, mom and pops, and they were not interested. You can't compete with Walmart. Walmart delivered to your doorstep here in Ridgely. So I mean, how do you get somebody to invest $500,000 over there, but people still call Walmart or get on their phone and put it in and they bring it to your door? How do you compete with that?
that's why the mom and pop stores are gone.
That's right.
And this grant was, the reason this even came to be several months ago, I believe Chief Tubbs was talking, and we were talking about the fact that one of the churches had a basketball goal in their parking lot, and it had gotten to the point that it was disrepair, and then a lot of kids went down there and played, and they needed somewhere else to go hang out and play basketball. So when we met with West Tennessee Planning, and she asked us what our needs are, that's one of the things that we mentioned was, well, we've got these kids that live close to downtown that don't have anywhere to go play basketball anymore, and we'd like to put something in for them. And this is one of many projects we've got going now.
And down my street on Lake Street, the kids are taking their basketball goals and putting them halfway in the street, and it's you can't even drive around them. It's not safe.
Down here too.
And you're going down and basketball's flying everywhere and kids running out.
Yeah, they're down here in the street every day.
We need to localize the kids in one spot so that we can, number one, monitor them.
To sit on that parking lot behind the bank.
Yes.
It's been brought up several times through the years. We've had other people, their job, their position was to try to entice industry to come into smaller rural counties such as us. And it's in the process, but first things first, you gotta clean the place up. And steps are being made to do that. But when they come through here, you've got to want somebody to stop. And steps are being made to start cleaning the place up to be somewhat attractive. Just think about it, as many people as come from across the river and going up to the lake, everything. Born and raised here. If I was John Doe, come through, I wouldn't want to stop. It's just the truth. Not condemning anybody, but steps gotta be made first. And, and I don't wanna be Nancy negative, but you think about all the other small towns, they struggle just like we do.
Is that the only location that was looked at for a park?
It's central,
We,
centrally downtown.
yeah, we did look downtown, we were trying to get in a central location where it would benefit the most population without kids having to have transportation to get to the park. So it's kind of the downtown areas where we focus at.
I would just hate to see that particular piece of property be turned into a park when you could put parcels there, storefront, and to expand and renovate all of downtown and make it all look the same. That's an option too, to clean it up and make it look more attractive. I just don't think a park is going to bring the revenue that we need to sustain our town.
No matter was about the revenue.
How do our 20-year
But
plan?
the issue is, built here again, I will ask again. You got the Family Dollar building there that's empty. You got Regions Bank building that's empty.
Well, you have a lot that's empty,
Okay,
so.
So we got these lots over here.
so what?
So clean the lot, leave it, maybe someone will come in and build on the lot. That's my opinion.
I wish, I agree with you, but I
What's
just
the,
don't see it happening.
What's the 20-year plan look like?
The 20-year plan?
Yeah.
You're,
There is no 20.
I mean,
We're looking at now.
you're looking at now and now and now.
You don't have a projected plan for the next 10 years or something like that?
Donnie, we
Well,
just got
we're only
in
in
and picking
office
up. I
4
mean,
years, we can't
I know, the
project.
city was here before you got here, that's why I asked. It should have been already in place.
well, you seen what you had before. I mean,
So the short answer is no.
I mean,
It's not.
We do have an action plan and a strategic plan that was in y'all's packets tonight that,
Yeah, but that's not a 20-year plan.
those are things that, but that's the process that we're starting. Those are things where West Tennessee Plan and TLM are coming in, meeting with the mayor. I've been in some of the meetings where they're saying, what are your needs? What's the town's goals? And if you'll go through there, it'll tell you, well, we need a police department that's more functional. It's on the list. Those are one of the things, and every little thing that's on this list takes time. But I have those. I'm sure I can make copies for anybody that would want one, but I do have both of those in your packets.
I would like to have a copy, whatever you can get us one.
Okay, if you can come in the morning,
It could be tomorrow, and
Yeah.
whatever.
you can have mine. I got one.
Okay, I'll get out. Thank you.
I obviously don't have any dog in the fight for creating revenue, but I have been doing this for 19 years, and we have put in what we call pocket parks in downtowns and had a lot of success with them because it beautifies downtown. It may not draw in a big industry, but if you have a young family and they're looking for somewhere to be or something to entice them to stay, having a pretty downtown really goes a long way. If every building was full, I wouldn't be recommending that the city put a park downtown.
Right.
But it's just not. So what else can we put in to entice people to stay? That creates revenue. If somebody wants to come in and pay taxes here or rent here, or live here. So I mean, it's the only thing we can think right now. And plus, there are no grants to build buildings. There's a grant to put in a free park downtown.
But it's also building a sense of community. And then we got Chief Tubbs and the force that's right across the street.
Yeah.
So if they get unruly,
Now, I have heard so far from the public input that I can have a sway in is I heard a lot of kids play basketball here. Like a lot. So one of the things we need to decide before I submit this application in 2 weeks is instead of putting in a half court,
in a full court.
if we turn it and put in a full court, but it will take the rest of the property. So we will not be able to ever fit a pavilion on there. We will not be able to expand the playground. But if you want kids to be able to play on both ends, you're gonna have to have more space. Because right now I'm projecting one goal. And based on, just like you said, it's a narrow lot. So I mean, it would have to go long ways because right now I've got a square, half court square. So if y'all really feel like we're going forward with the park and there are lots of kids that play and you're really gonna have it, the reason I recommended pickleball, even though you don't know what pickleball is because every small community's putting it in. I mean, I grew up in Jackson, they have like 60 courts now. They add 20 a year. I mean, it is so huge. And Trimble's putting one in, like little Trimble, that I think might be smaller than Ridgely, you know what I mean? Like everybody's putting in pickleball courts. And so I thought it might be something that would attract all the generations because people are traveling to play pickleball. So I thought it might be something good, but if you really think that lots of basketball, then we need to consider what we do with that space.
So you're saying that if we decided to do whole court basketball, we would eliminate the pickleball?
You could still put it on half. I mean, you could still definitely put it in there. I just went with, you can fit 2 pickleball courts and a half basketball court. Regulation size, half basketball on the same square. And you could leave pickleball on one with a goal so kids could play and then extend the basketball and put it on the other end. So you could still have pickleball. And because nobody knew what pickleball was, I kind of wanted to give a little,
Right.
it's something that might attract people, so. Does anybody have any questions for me, comments? We definitely need an answer on that in the next couple of days because that will change the budget by a lot. for awareness, it decreases our fundability the higher we ask. The court is 132,000, so you're doubling that. If you want to do a full length so that more kids can play on each end.
That's a lot of beautification that's not gonna cost nothing for the city. I mean, that's.
And we gotta invest in our kids.
That's right.
If
It
you
might
do the full
entice a
court,
taco or food truck to show up, from time to time, on the street, and just keep it under control. You have,
Snow cone truck on Friday afternoon, sit out in front of the park, park out in front of the park. I mean, we're seeing it all over.
if you build the full court, would it still have the small playground area?
Yeah, we would still have the playground up at the front of the property, so like if you're standing on the road looking into the property, there's gonna be new sidewalk there, because it's all dilapidated. There's gonna be a park sign, then there's gonna be a playground, and then there's gonna be an open space where we were gonna put a pavilion so people could have picnics and stuff there and rent it out and, host things. And then the back was gonna have the square court. We would definitely lose the pavilion space. But we'd still have a playground. We also, we're gonna be able to expand the playground. Right now, we're putting in something it's a wide age range, but it's not a huge playground.
What would it consist of? The program?
It's got, I should have printed off one of those and I didn't, but it's got maybe, 3 climby things on it that get you up to levels, and it's got maybe 3 towers, so you're going between towers. I mean, it's not small. I mean, it's not just a baby playground, but it's just, most people are putting one of those in and then putting in like a swing set of some kind, or another extension of that, so you can have little kids. Like they try to separate the kids 2 to 5, and then 5 to 8, and then 8 to 12. And this one is 2 to 12, all in one. And so sometimes we leave room to expand so you can actually have a true space dedicated for the 2 to 5-year-olds.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Well, if you're gonna have a park, I think you need that civilian space.
The gathering space,
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
do too.
We own that parking lot, the city owns the parking lot behind these buildings.
Yeah, that's another thing to think about, this is just phase 1. So if we decide, let's go ahead and put the full basketball court in there so more people could play, okay, then we could cut out a piece of this parking lot, put the pavilion there.
That's what I was,
Or we could do,
Outside of.
right now, we could leave the green. I personally think the playground, the green space with the pavilion and then the pickleball back, or the ball back here is a good layout, but we could turn it sideways and make it part of this parking lot right now. We could make the basketball sideways. I don't know. Another thing about turning it is it cuts into our 8th mile track. I'm figuring with the senior center, and I've worked on grants in this town for 15 years, and a lot of them have been little sidewalk grants and a health grant to get from the senior center to the, so many. And I thought, these people want somewhere to go walk, And so
We do have a walking track though.
I
Yeah,
feel like that
I
might,
don't feel safe.
create another thing. that's
Oh, you talk about the monument,
We just kind of need to decide which way you want to go with that. We could definitely fit it. It's just which phase you want to do it in.
You look at that basketball court in Tupperville, and that stays packed on both ends all the time.
I mean, I sat here for 40 minutes because I got here early for the meeting and there were kids riding bikes down the street. And I mean, you just don't see that anymore really. And it's just cool to see. But it kind of made, I kind of was excited. I was like, there are going to be kids playing on this playground. So
Oh, yeah.
They're here.
they're already here looking for something to do. So, but I'm happy to stay all night, answer questions. I know y'all have a meeting you want to conduct, but
May I ask one question?
Sure.
yes, sir.
I'll pass the Solomon Chapel, in your 31 years. On your proposal here, why are the bathroom facilities, are y'all gonna put bathroom facilities for the,
can't fit that. There's no bathroom facilities in this phase. I mean, our hope would be eventually that we would be able to, but whenever we ask for the grant, again, the bigger the ask, the less likely we'll get a yes. And so I'm trying to just get something I know that they'll fund, and then maybe in the next phase we would add the pavilion with restrooms or something like that. It's just, we can't do it in this phase because I'm afraid they'll say no to all of it.
And speaking of, you brought that up, Dyersburg has the sort of little water park over there. It was put into place, then the next phase, restrooms came into play there. They have a little dog park, which they have more space to do things like that. Over outside the farmer's market, but that's, they did, because, that was a concern, and a necessity pretty much. And so the next phase, they did put restrooms in.
I'm working on a park, and it's good with where the location is. I'm working on a park in Lake County on the water, and I begged them to let me put a restroom in this phase, and they were like, we had a restroom building, we took it out because people kept vandalizing it.
That's what's happened out at Mile Lane. They have ruined that. I don't know.
And they actually tore the bathroom down because people were vandalizing it so much. They're like, we can't deal with it. I mean, they just shut it. And so with the location of this, it makes it more likely that we'll be able to put a restroom in, that y'all will be able to maintain it and not get it vandalized because you're right there, so. We're not gonna put up with that usually.
And we've also got a grant that they applied for where y'all are gonna be doing the sidewalks there. The next phase, we've also got a no match grant we've applied for to extend the sidewalk
Oh, good.
renovations on down towards this building,
Okay,
so that the whole side of this street is done.
good. Okay. All right.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you so much.
Do y'all want me to leave these little pictures?
If you don't mind.
Okay.
I probably already got one, but
Hey, look, I'll leave y'all, and the budget and the pictures are here for y'all.
your sign-in sheet's here.
Yes, and I have a sign-in sheet.
I'm sure I'll talk to you more.
I'm sure every day. Count on it. If they asked if I showed y'all a PowerPoint presentation, just say yes.
That's pretty powerful.
That was powerful, not PowerPoint, but powerful. All right, y'all have a good weekend.
Take care.
You can have it.
Call our meeting to order, please. I'd like to welcome all guests. Pastor, would you lead the prayer, please? Solid church, please.
Let us bow. Gracious God, our God, we come before you and we give thanks to your holy and your righteous name. And Father God, as you look upon this evening, Father God, bless all of this community, Father God, those that have been elected, Father God, to guide us, Father God. And then keep, Father God, that we may come with unity and harmony, Father God. We pray this now that we can build this community in Jesus' name. We pray, amen.
Amen.
Say please. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bruce,
Here.
Michael Pierce,
Here.
Michael Ford,
here.
Lisa Denise,
Yes.
Renee.
Yes.
Here. Approved minutes of February board meeting.
I make a motion to approve minutes.
I'll second it. Michael Ford, second by Bruce. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Approved February financial reports. I'm sorry. Those bills to be paid.
I did lay an addendum down for y'all for some other things that I needed to add to the bills to be paid. Some of it was some retro things that I had time to pull out this afternoon that I knew I needed to add.
On the, flowers for T Piers, I saw it in 3 different places. Is that 3 different
No.
arrangements?
No, the fire department sent their own arrangement. They had already ordered theirs when I called to order the one from us, and I did half out of City Hall and half out of the police department, and got one nice arrangement.
So the retro 7645 is from solid waste.
Hold on one second. There's not a row list. What is it on the bills
It's
to be
under
approved?
fire,
It's under fire.
it's not solid waste.
Oh,
Okay, I was gonna say it should be under fire department.
Yeah, I see. So you split the bill between 3 locations, is that what you did? Or-
No, when I called Blossoms to order the arrangement from the city, the fire department had already ordered their own arrangement.
Okay,
So theirs was the one that was $70-something, I believe. And then the other one,
police and general.
general fund and police department, I did it from, the mayor, the board, all city employees, and the
I just
Ridgely
want to make
Police
sure it
Department.
wasn't a duplicate.
No,
That's
no,
the same.
it was $107.50, I believe, and I split it between the two departments.
Okay.
Hey, guys, just a suggestion. Remember, we've got a new florist in Tiptonville?
No, I don't know it.
Yeah, Carolyn
New
Wiggins.
florist. Oh, okay.
Carolyn, I don't know her name. Married name.
Where is it at?
Carolyn Hayes.
It's where,
Down there where Lisa used to be.
Oh, yeah. Near whatever that's called.
she has live plants, she has floral arrangements, she delivers. Just supporting our,
Okay.
just a suggestion.
Have any other questions?
First choice farm and lawn. Under the street, what is that?
Where we get our lawnmower supplies, the supplies for the mini excavator, all of the equipment that the street department uses, most everything that they use, like if they have to repair something, those parts come from there.
A lot of parts.
Yeah, it don't have to be a lot of
It don't
parts.
take much.
Just very few
Don't take
expensive parts nowadays.
Okay. Just was looking for a typo.
I spent it on one lawnmower.
Instead of blades, one of those
I was looking for a typo. Hoping it would be.
I do have one thing I want to talk to y'all about. If you'll look at your copy of the bills to be approved, there's black lines across it. Last month, there was an issue with some of the copies that were made on my copier that we've got in City Hall. I talked to the mayor about getting some quotes to replace that copier. That copier's been there for several years, longer than I've been here. It's probably time to retire it. They did come and work on it today. It is a little bit better, but I cannot do any color copies. The next part of that is we're hoping the Lake County got approved for a fellow who will be a recent college graduate that will be coming to work for Ridgely, Tiptonville, and the county and splitting their time between the 3. And we'd like to use that person to get all of our charter and our minutes, resolutions, ordinances, all of that stuff digitized online. And this printer, if we do this, the copier that we would be getting would have scanning capabilities where this stuff could be scanned in. It's looking like there's one that we can get that has a 250 sheet paper tray that's about half the price of the other one. I think it would be big enough for what we need, and it does have scanning and faxing capabilities on it if we do need it. And it's listed for $14.94 after them giving us $200 for the old one. And I would like to see if y'all would allow me to investigate this further and possibly purchase us a new copier.
Is that a purchase or a lease?
This is a purchase. We would own the copy. We would have a service contract with them. Our ink would come from them.
What about a lease?
He quoted, they don't do leasing. They do, you buy the copier and then you get all, this is from Howard, he'd be happy. RJ Young, I had.
RJ Young.
Okay, I'll check with them, but, this would include, what this does is we just pay them per copy and then they provide our ink and stuff like that, so. But yeah, we can check with them and see if I can get one on a lease program.
That's all I was gonna say, is if you checked around saying if that was the cheapest we could get that for what you want.
I mean, I know CAP's costing about $80 a month.
And you didn't pay anything up front for, okay. All right. And then if
And they
it's,
do all the ink and stuff?
Yeah, we just got.
if you pay that monthly and then it becomes obsolete, you just trade it in and get a new one and continue the lease. That way you always got one that's
Okay.
updated.
So,
That scanner's a pretty good.
So ain't no paperwork, yo.
I've got a scanner in my office, but it's a very small one and it takes a very long time if you've got several pages, so.
dire land and title for Main Street properties?
That's where y'all voted to approve purchasing this property over here.
Mateo's property.
No,
General.
have to have general because the grant does not do the industrial board, it's still the city.
Yeah. So we did that.
Portion, right? No, just a portion of it. Bought it all.
Bought it all.
Bought it all.
You have a question?
We voted with that night.
I thought it was coming out of industrial board.
That's what he was saying, but we kept saying we couldn't get the grant.
If it was in the
If it's in
industrial.
industrial board's name, so that's why I didn't.
It's in my.
Any other questions, concerns, motions?
What's this public entity partners? Errors or omissions liability?
That is
Part of the insurance we have to have.
insurance.
For the city, yeah.
$13,000?
Oh, no, you ain't saying nothing yet.
You got two,
You
you
got
have
two bills in there,
two
75.
separate invoices from public entities there.
Yeah, trust me, I had the same, she
He,
handed me a little
he
bit. I had the
almost
same-
stroked out in my office earlier.
On the addendum, the
Yes.
debt water, was that for the work they done up here, our portion?
That was for a penalty that was due from a director's order
Oh, okay.
that they've been fighting paying and they finally, isn't that what it was?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It was a penalty from the director's order that came back in 2022 under another administration that they kept just throwing the paperwork on the table, never filed it, and we've been paying not late fees, but charges.
And there may be more of that to come. There's some other charges that were on there that we did not pay that I'm still trying to get some questions answered about to make sure that there's nothing we can do to get it where we don't have to pay it. Yeah.
Now, Beth, is this the public entity partners, are they the ones that we use like year after year after year? So do you think that we should try to, that's what I think.
We did talk about it today. The problem is our renewal is up right now.
Just like the other one.
Yes, and it's basically, now, having said that, public entity partners is, because it's a state thing, pool, you don't have to go out and get other bids and quotes to use them. So like if we decided we weren't gonna use them, I don't know if we could find anything cheaper or not.
I don't know either, but
You have to bid it out,
Yes,
you have to bid it out because it's state.
so it is something that we could look at. I don't think we have time to do it now. I did bring what we paid last year. I pulled those invoices.
Yeah.
And it is several $1,000s more than what we paid last year, so it is going up. And it may be something that we do need to look at, is trying to find a private company that it would be cheaper.
even if we, look, and if it's better, good, if it's not, we stay where we
Yeah,
are.
just find out what our options are.
Yeah. Because we've used them over and over, doesn't mean that.
That's the same thing we said about the audit. We've been using the same people to do our audit for 30 years or more.
And the health insurance.
And it's just, every year they just renew it. It's the easiest way to get it pushed through, so.
It looks like the policy expires March of next year.
If we pay this, then it would be good through March of next year.
Yeah. So, like you said, don't know how, to inquire, to try to get other rates from other people, don't know where you have the time.
It's easy, because we would farm it out to, a general agent or something that shops with multiple companies. We wouldn't have to do the work. We would have them to do the work. And they come back with a proposal of
But they might not could do
maybe
it
2 or 3
in
cars.
2 days.
Exactly. Well, I don't know, I don't know about that.
Well, due date, what, April, next month?
23rd, I think so. Yeah.
What's it due?
It is what it is.
Well, we got time.
Is there time, is there time though?
I mean, you don't have a choice on this. This is a bill that's due. You can't say no unless you.
I don't know how that would work because the policy
Period is 3/9.
ended on
It's-
3/9.
It's 3/9.
So we're already in the new policy period.
Okay, yeah.
So if we said, okay, we're not gonna renew this, we're not paying this, we're gonna go this route, we would still owe them something for whatever days they covered us.
Prorated, yeah.
Yeah, pro rata, yeah.
Okay. Definitely something to be looking at.
You know what I can do, with y'all's permission? I could take this and send it to a GA. Let them shop it, just to see where the premium would be if they had quoted this year, to see if, see what their rate would have been.
Right.
And that would give us a starting place, for next year,
Need my permission.
just a suggestion.
I do what y'all tell me.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We're very much stuck with this one right now for this year.
Yeah, we are. I mean, 3/9's already
Everybody in
passed.
favor, let Mr. Neese look into that?
I make a motion that Denise look into it for future.
Hold on, we can't be doing that, we got to approve the bills first.
Okay.
Got you.
I'm sorry.
Just like children, you gotta do this in order.
Right, exactly. Do I have a motion or a second?
I have a motion to pay the bills that's we've discussed tonight.
I'll
Motion by
second it.
Mr. Neese, second by Ms. Renee. Roll call.
Bruce,
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Pierce,
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Ford,
Yes.
Trey.
Yes.
Now, now you can proceed.
Now, I make a motion that Denise follow up and, check our options for future, insurance for the city.
I definitely second that one.
Motion by Ms. Renee, Ms. Denise to shop it. With her GA, and second by Bruce. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Do that.
All right, old business. Civic Center renovation, 3-star grant. So here's where we are on the Civic Center. We met with engineers. They came, they went upstairs, they walked all over it, they looked underneath. And they all come to the same conclusion as the rest of us did, that putting $460-something Band-Aid on a sore is gonna be a problem. So here's, if we proceeded and said, yeah, we're gonna do that, it would be just enough money to take care of the bottom floor. Nothing upstairs, nothing to do with the roof. So we talked to them and asked them about the Family Dollar building. We went and looked at it. They looked at it and said it was fine, so we did get approval to move, instead of losing the money, to transfer the money to that building. But with that building, all 4 units over there are 25 years old. So they're saying that the biggest portion of that $400,000 is gonna go toward HVAC. Wow. Is what they're saying. So what they're pretty much saying is we fix half the building for the Civic Center, leave the other half unfinished for now, and then try to apply again for another grant later to finish it out.
The front of this building is gonna fall before too long.
The one guy was concerned about that one corner post right there. If you look, if you're back here looking back east, I mean, he said it's fixing to be, he said one good rumble, and he said that pillar right there is fixing to be in the highway, or in the road.
At this point, we could open this building back up for rental if we wanted, while that one's being worked on. I don't even know if it's safe to do that, like if we need to be renting it to people.
The floor's pretty bad shape over
I
there.
think it'd be a huge liability.
Yes, sir.
How much money you said you got approved for?
410 is for the actual
Okay, yeah,
building.
410,
And they approved that building across the street,
correct,
and they said you're gonna spend half your money on that portion.
correct.
That other 200,000 won't be enough to do what you want to do.
Well, I'm thinking just like you think.
And then, you know, the air conditioning ain't gonna cost you no $200,000.
Hey, I agree with you.
I'm in this field every day. You know, it ain't
I
gonna
deal with a
cost
lot
you
of
no
it too, and I agree with you.
$200,000.
But they're talking about, what they're saying though is if you petition it off and make 2 buildings out of it technically.
Yeah.
Then you gotta get up and start doing a lot of different to the ductwork.
It ain't no big deal.
Well, I'm with you.
That's what I'm saying, instead of putting that old money.
We were just listening to engineers.
Instead of putting that old money over here, where you know it ain't no good, I suggest go as far as you can over there.
I'm with you. I agree. I mean,
That's just common sense.
But they got their own contractors to take care of that. There's where,
The catch
well,
is.
you know,
they
well,
did-
That money will have to be bid, it's
you
over
can
bid.
put air in a whole lot less expensive than,
It will be bid out. We've
Well, it
already,
has to be over bid.
it'd have to be bid out. It's not,
It has to be bid out.
it still has to be a bid deal.
TLM is, Miss Judy, it's not her, but it's somebody with her company is kind of the project manager. And they'll let us know it's time to bid out this, it's time to bid out that, once it's time to start that process.
When we first got talking about doing this, I know I did not hear them, but I thought I did hear them say, we could tear this building down and build a new building back. Well, then that went out the door immediately. So we couldn't do that. Because then they were saying it was gonna take half the $410,000 to get this building tore down and removed. And I said, no, $30,000, you can have this building down and gone pretty quick. You know, so. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at on as far as the Civic Center is looking at what we can do over there.
Yeah, no, you spend no bad money in this, you know it.
I agree.
Hey, I'm with you.
They just said that if the foundation bad, that's the building.
Exactly.
That's right.
I do think we need to look in, if we decide to go in that direction, we need to, because of liabilities, I think we need to talk about doing away with this building.
Oh, I agree with that. You're gonna have to. I mean, that's gonna be in the street.
Yeah.
We have one good shift of the earthquake, a good earthquake or something,
It's gone. I mean, I hate it because it's a historical building, but there's only so much you can keep putting money into and keep it alive. It's just not worth it anymore.
Is it a historical building?
It is not
It's not.
registered.
It's not registered.
It's not registered, but it is
it's just part of.
for us.
it's just part of
But
that.
why is it not registered as a historical building?
Probably due to renovations and alterations.
Been altered and.
Have we checked to see if it can be?
I know if it's on a registry, they have so many requirements that
Oh,
you
it's
have
so
to,
Yes.
you have to abide by. I mean, they've
Yeah,
even talked to me
but-
about putting the house on, but I'm
But
like,
once you get the
No
historic
way.
register, you get historic grant.
That's right.
but you,
And Jessica at Northwest is the historical preservation contact.
I think they looked at all that, did they not? When we met with them?
I don't think Jessica's been involved in this project. I'm just sat with her on the home grant.
Well, we could
Was
see
she not
what,
down here
we
that
could
first
just,
time we met with Lisa Reed? Was that not Jessica with her?
Yeah, but you ain't talking
think
about
so.
historic.
I think that was her assistant. She's,
Yeah, but before you tear it down, I think it would be worth speaking with Jessica Baker.
I know the day that the engineers were here, they were up there on that tile part. One of them, he was jumping up and down. And all I could think about was the kids in here the night of the dance, when that song started playing and they were all over there jumping, and I said, Lord, stop doing that. I'm afraid you're gonna go through the floor.
And
He
you
said, "Well, I won't go
said- and
far."
you said when it's put on the register, there's grant.
Yeah,
There is
that's
historical grant.
They put your automatic in for historic grant.
but I tried to do that to the
And
youth
by
shop, we
risk-
were out of money that year.
By reason being a poverty area, you know, a low poverty area with income and stuff, does put you at a higher rate.
But like,
Yeah,
when you do on a historical thing, I tried to do it at the beauty shop,
Mm-hmm.
because my house, and they're over 120 years old, both of my buildings. They want it restored as close to the way it was built in the beginning. And I mean, you've got a catalog this thick, and where you can go over to Lowe's and buy 5 doorknobs, you gotta get it it's gotta come up to be like the old doorknobs, which are $100 a piece. And everything in it is so much higher The flooring you have to put in, it has to be the grade of when it was built. And it costs so much money to do that, that even if you got $200,000, it's not gonna go very far. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't look into it,
This
because I
would be
think we
different
should.
than your building over there, it's a different type structure,
Yes.
you know.
But this has already been redone once.
You know, have the old view on it, you know, the way it does now.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna be the historical part. You can
Well, I'm
renovate
all
the
about
inside.
looking into it. All they do is say no.
Right. You never know unless you try.
We'll look into it. All right, new business.
So do we wanna do anything as far as voting to pursue using that building, or?
We don't want our money to run out.
Yeah, we won't lose the money.
Does the building belong to the city?
The Family Dollar? Yes, it's paid for.
Yes, I know it's paid for, but does it belong to the
The
city?
industrial board is the city. It's not a separate entity.
But while ago,
Okay,
when you
but it
said
was.
when you couldn't get the.
Because
grant
it's in,
under-
it's in the industrial, the way they've got that set up is it's showing in the industrial board, which is totally a separate entity of the city. If I understood them, I mean, when you pull it up on the tax record, that's what it shows. On that grant, it had to be in the legit city's name. The industrial board, in my opinion, is just like the Chamber of Commerce. We don't have a legit industrial board, if you will. Even though we've got Bruce, myself, Buck, Rodney Robertson, Tony Bardry, and
Jackie Johnson.
Jack. I mean, our industrial board is not set up like your Dyer counties, your O'Brien counties, whoever.
But I heard you earlier when I asked about the property being purchased.
Correct.
It had to be purchased by the city, it couldn't be purchased by the
That is
industrial board.
correct.
But the industrial board
It's the
is the
title,
city.
it's the way the title was on it.
The way it reads.
And then that's one thing needs to be checked into though, if this grant money could be transferred to that building, it needs to be clarified that that building is in the original industrial board, it's under there.
We'll just
Quit claiming.
quick claim it, too. Quick
Yeah,
claim it.
and just let's put a quick claim to it, see, that's what I gotta find out before we get the cart in front of the horse.
So we'll look into that, Bruce.
I will.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Adoption of a strategic plan for the town. Should be right.
Wait to see the plan.
The one he gave you. This,
I don't think you
you
guys.
didn't pick it up?
I thought it was something else.
Mr. Bonnie. This is the other one.
Mr. Mayor, where did this data come from?
West Tennessee Planning.
West Tennessee Plan is one that done for us.
42% property, Richmond.
You got a different number?
That's a lot.
Oh, I,
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Probably the highest in the state.
it would be very close.
That's already been determined. That's been on national news.
Well, I mean, no, I've seen the county, this is even higher than the county.
And I believe that
What is it?
with our demographics.
Ma'am,
What is it? What's the percentage?
42%.
That's the poverty rate in your,
More than triple statewide rate.
how do we know if we have 1,700 people?
We do.
They would do that.
Do we? And kids and everything?
Birth, girl, birth.
We got about 600 students in school.
No action.
as I read through this, the one thing that I didn't see, and I don't know if it was just an oversight, but I didn't see anything about economic growth with.
This is strictly to be passed, to be part of, it has to be passed by the board. And it will be part of the grant application for, I believe it's this is all coming from Isa Reed. She sends me stuff and says, I need this done, and that's what I bring to y'all. But one of the grant applications that we're working on, and I think it's the park grant, which is, we've got the resolution to pass for it as well. They require that you have a strategic plan in place that's been passed by the board. So that's what this,
I still think it needs to have something in there about economic growth and development.
This has,
We need to have that plan, but this
Yes,
doesn't
but not in
concern
this
this
one.
group on this grant.
So it's not a requirement for what she needs.
Right.
But we definitely need to have it in a
Right.
strategic plan.
Right.
maybe not in this plan, because this is just
Well, I mean,
grant.
how many strategic
driven.
plans can a city have?
Well, we've got some other things that are coming up. We've got, there's an asset management plan that's being, drawn up through TLM. There is a capital plan, I believe, that's fixing to, we've got some things that we're looking at that we're gonna have to do a capital plan, and that's probably more along what you're talking about, would have that information in there.
It's a beginning point. It's a
This
beginning
is a
place.
starting point, yes.
we have a motion, a second to adopt the strategic plan.
Let's just get the ball rolling, right?
That's it.
Put one foot in front of it. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Michael Ford, second by Renee. All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
Nay.
Number 2, discussion and vote on resolution 031226, authorizing submittal of LPRF grant for the new city park.
You wanna read it?
It don't matter, I can do it. Resolution number 031226, authorizing submittal of an application to the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation for grant funding from the local park and recreation programs. Whereas the governing body of Ridgely, Tennessee recognizes the importance of recreational opportunities for the citizens of Ridgely. Whereas the governing body of the city of Ridgely wishes to implement developments to serve the general public at a new recreational facility in downtown Ridgely. Whereas the governing body of Ridgely wishes to make application of funds in the amount of not to exceed $680,000 to implement said project. This will be up to $510,000, 75% in LPRF funds, and $170,000, 25% from TNECD's GO Fund. Now therefore it be resolved by the governing body of Ridgely meeting session on this day, 2026, that the mayor of Ridgely is authorized to make and sign the application for LPRF funds, authorize any required environmental documentation, and enter into any and all contracts and agreements to consummate the application and complete the said improvements within 2 years. Be it resolved that the governing body of Ridgely affirms that it will provide the necessary means for the proper development, operation, and maintenance of the park and recreation system proposed improvements within. So we need to need a motion and a second.
I make a motion that we go forward with the grant to improve our city.
All right, motion by Mr. Neese,
Yeah.
I'll second.
second by little Bruce. Roll call.
Michael Pierce,
Nay.
Michael Ford,
Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
Trey.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thing that I like about it is that it's just different phases that's gonna happen. You know, it's not just a phase. So we grow.
Discussion and adoption of name for new city park located on Main Street. Y'all got
I can tell you what I have that was recommended by y'all in the text, group. Heritage Park, Playtime Paradise, Sunny Smiles Park, and Adventure Family Park. Were the three, or we can take other suggestions by anybody to name the new park on Main Street.
Don't forget Dr. Mays.
Main Street Park.
Donnie Mays Park.
I said Dr. Mays Park. No, Dr. Mays Recreation. I'm just joking.
Does anybody have, I mean, we're open to whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be.
So Mile Lane is Ridge City Park?
Yes.
Doug has a suggestion.
Could this issue be put on Facebook, and get the input of the citizens perhaps?
Well, I mean, that's what this meeting's for.
I have to have an answer
Oh.
tomorrow.
Oh, she's gotta have the answer tomorrow, so
Oh,
we have to
okay,
vote on it tonight.
All the park business I got to turn in tomorrow.
okay.
Well, I like Heritage Park
I
just
love
because,
Heritage Park.
to me, some of the other ones seem a little more kiddish, and there's gonna be more than just kids down there playing.
Put Ridge in front of it.
Ridge Heritage Park.
Yeah.
Ridgely Heritage Park, I like that.
Go with that.
So Ridgely Heritage Park?
Take a vote.
Do we have
I'll
a
make a motion.
I'll second.
Sounds good to me.
Renee, second by Trey. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yay.
Motion carries. Okay, discuss and adoption resolution establishing the city boundaries. So with this, and amongst all the digging of prior old minutes, TDOT had a map, Jackson Neal and them had a map, and we had a map, and all three maps were different, wasn't none of them the same. So your city limits is done off street what TDOT has. So we've been in conversation with TDOT, and Mr. Jerry, trying to figure out exactly where our city limits are. So he told us we've got to adopt this map, which is pretty much sort of what everybody thought was the city limits, and then go from there. As long as I've been living in Ridgely, I'm 52, I always saw the city limit sign as soon as you left, where it went to a 2-lane. Well, it's not. It's plumb out there where Lauren Lane is, where you turn to go back to Bundle Life Church. So how all this come about is when they annexed, Larry Pass was gonna build a subdivision, they annexed that out there, then they annexed everybody out here at Mady by the cemetery on the south end of Mady, or south side of the cemetery. But then they de-annexed it out here. Then the map just got obliterated. So what we have to send in is to TDOT. TDOT will record it, and that will be the map, which is what everybody will have the same. Even a third of the ball field at Mile Lane is not in the city limits.
Wow.
Jeez.
Even the north side of the cemetery, half of that north block or a third of that north block is not in the city limits, if you look at the maps. So we're trying to get all that straight. So if you see a city limit sign now that's on north of town, instead of where you come in, right there where the welcome to Ridgely sign is, the new city limit sign is on out about a quarter of a mile, is where it's supposed to be. It lines up with the cemetery and comes across to the ball field. So we're trying to get all that stuff established to where everybody knows where the city limits is.
And Mr. Mayor, once this has been reestablished, will it change the tax revenue?
No, sir.
I got one question.
Yes, sir.
The railroad track is still the city limit for my building at, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not in the city.
No, sir. This has.
Well, you ain't got no problem out of me.
Hey, it's not yet. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, this literally, all this is stating, this is, I mean, the way it is now is just stating this is our city limits. Where beforehand, nobody knew for sure where it actually started in town. So no, that does not affect, this does not affect like annexing nobody, this does not add anybody in that's not in the city limits to have to pay city taxes. This is not taking nobody out of the city, putting them back in the county where they don't have to pay city taxes. This is just establishing what we already have here. That way TDOT's got the map and they were reported, and that's exactly what they'll go off of from this point going forward. Now, trust me, I wish we could annex, make more money, but we don't have that to speak of. So that's what this is about.
I have a question about, was this, is this Manny Thompson right here, or is this Manny Brown?
That's, no, that's a cemetery.
Okay.
You deliver mail out there.
Yeah.
I can't read.
So do we have a motion to establish the
I
city
make a
boundary?
motion that we establish the city boundary, with the map that's presented.
Motion by Mr. Michael,
I second.
second by Mr. May. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Needs to be done. Period.
Chief Tubbs.
First of all, I want to say thank you for the prayers. I know God heard them because when I first had the surgery, they said that there would be another surgery following. When I went Friday, they said everything was looking fine.
Glory.
Honestly, thank you. God heard your prayers.
Yes.
It meant a lot. A lot of people reached out to me and my family through that time. It's been great. As far as the police department, first of all, I want to give a notification to Brian Avery and Bill England. So we're within our budget right now for the year. We're not looking too bad. And a lot of that is because the help that we've got from Tiptonville and the county. Brian Avery, we had a car go down. The county is upgraded in vehicles, and Brian is donating us one of his vehicles. It's going to help us get through another year without a cost to the city. With the police department being neglected for years and us trying to get back on track, tasers and body cams cost a lot of money. We didn't have to purchase any of that. Chief England, they got an upgrade, so we got all their old tasers and body cams. So definitely want to acknowledge those two guys for helping us out. And for that, we're under budget right now, and we're looking pretty good.
Okay, that's all we need.
That's
Who's
bad.
gonna be the test dummy on the tasers to make sure they work?
I heard you.
I got a pacemaker. I don't, I'll just use that as excuse.
So the case we made back last May, we seized quite a bit of methamphetamine, cocaine, fentanyl on a traffic stop, and this guy was from out of county. We also seized a little over $12,000 in cash on that stop. We reached an agreement a couple weeks ago, and we were awarded $10,000, a little over $10,000 to go into our drug fund, which is going to help us in the future.
Good deal, good deal.
Donnie?
Did you know, is TLM already working, trying to get us out from under this director's order?
They are working.
They're coming up with a proposal for the lagoon, but I don't know when.
That's what Jenny and I were just talking about.
Okay.
The caper deal that they wanted,
Yeah.
was she got that done, and now they're waiting on there was a MOM or something that
Yeah.
they hadn't sent in prior to, so they're trying to get that done and get everything caught up, so.
Maybe they can get us out from under that, I hope. I mean, we need to be out from under. That was a deal before I even came here, so I don't know. I don't know how long it takes to get out from under. But I mean, unless somebody's got any questions.
On our, I just got a quick one right quick, water leaks, we're pretty much down to just,
We've got a few small ones. I mean, we don't have nothing major anywhere.
good deal.
Our water plant, it's run anywhere from 5 to 12 hours a day, and that's awesome. I mean, anything under half a day, it's pretty good.
Is there a leak on Bedford Forest?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Y'all
He
fixed that
fixed
one,
it.
didn't you?
Yeah, we
I
fixed,
heard
we
about
fixed.
Yeah, they fixed it.
Okay.
I heard about
it.
I'm not
It
real,
was fixed last Wednesday.
yeah, I'm not real familiar with all the streets down here yet.
Okay.
I still don't know.
That was the one over on Riley, off Riley
Yeah,
Road.
yeah, we did, we fixed that.
Daryl?
No changes.
I want to say something, y'all get to the point where I can't, I don't know.
That's what we got. We got David here. Y'all seen him out. He's been spraying the ditches, spraying all the city properties. Starting to work on the cemetery. Quick update on the cemetery on the south block. The prior board had a tractor and dirt pan go out there and try to do some work to help alleviate water. They did do a decent job, but it's still a problem. So I had a guy come out the other day just looking to see what we could do. And he's talking about taking a dozer and beveling it to the center to make all the water run from the east to the west, instead of having a lot of potholes, a lot of water standing like a pond. So that's something, in the future that we need to kind of address before we ever start using that section. Yes, ma'am.
I got something to say.
Was here.
Oh, no, she looks serious.
Whatever is going on, and I know it has to happen in these, the government houses, Dyersburg Authority, Housing Authority or whatever, when they evict somebody and they throw all the stuff out to the street, then they need to have a truck there to pick it up.
They can't do that, it's against the law.
Well, how
They
long
have
do
to-
we have to tolerate it before?
They have-
Go ahead, Trey.
They have, when we serve an eviction, a writ of possession, to give them possession of the house back, they have to have their own crew to come in, put everything on the street. Then they have 24 hours to come back and go through, get all their property that they won't get, and after that 24 hours, Dyersburg Housing is supposed to come in and load it all up and haul it off.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I
Yeah.
realized there would be a time gap
Yeah,
there,
it's a 24-hour period.
but,
From the time that we serve the writ, they have 24 hours to get the
all right,
property.
well, I
If
didn't
not,
check,
it can
I
be
didn't
thrown
check
away.
to see if it was 24 hours, but I just see a bunch of stuff.
Oh, trust me, I know. Well,
That's crazy.
Some of them is longer than 24 hours.
That's what I'm thinking,
The
too.
water plant, it was out there for like 3 hours. And then everybody comes over and they know.
And that's the problem. Everybody comes in and they're like vultures and they, oh, I want this, I want that, and it scatters everywhere.
We
That's
have
a
talked
big
to Dyersburg Housing, and just like everybody else, they're a little short-handed, so their plan is to get it after 24 hours, and sometimes you have these guys that work in our area, they try to give them just a little bit longer because, some people don't have vehicles, they don't have access to
Right.
come get their belongings, so they do give them a little bit longer to try to get their stuff, and,
As long as it's not just forever neglected.
yes, ma'am.
Dyersburg Housing Authority is an administrative agency that's funded by HUD. I'm sorry you shorthanded, but this can't sit on our streets.
Yeah.
So we need
I'm
to,
normally quick to call. I mean, I've got contact.
Yeah, when we see
And
it,
last time they done, when he called and told me it was gonna be out there, they would have it up the next day.
Yeah, and we usually call, when we see it out there, we'll call them, say, hey, what's going on?
they got deep pockets, cause
Yeah.
they can get that up off the street.
What revenue do we as a city get from them? Nothing.
I mean, not
I'm-
what we should be getting from them, but we'll
Get
get.
a payment in lieu of tax.
Yeah, now how can we change
Have
that?
a water bill.
Mr. Mayor, how can we change that?
I thought they were way in the
I don't
world.
know.
I don't know.
It's all government.
Because you're government.
Call,
I mean, it's a government deal.
call your friend.
Well, I don't have a
Trust me.
friend. I don't have a friend.
Now, that contract was written years ago. I'm pretty sure it can be revisited.
It's kind of fair
All
that
right.
they,
Now, I've got another question for you, Mr. Mayor. I know you want to leave.
No, I've got some stuff to do.
Those lights that we got from Tiptonville.
Yeah.
Thank you. But when we gonna get them up? Because we got a little thing
That's,
going on.
that's already in
Okay,
works.
you know that thing that sits right beside the gas pedal, pump it just a little.
Okay, all right. Well, I rode by a few times and I saw them laying there and I was like, I sure hope they get those
You
out.
know how it is, when your baby, you gotta crawl.
Yeah,
And you pull up, you start, well,
okay.
we can there, it's just,
I
they
know
do it all at once.
I know the 28th is coming fast.
it was, When
When
Donnie made that-
the poles will be moved up out of the way for the Easter egg.
Okay.
when Donnie made that comment about the 20-year plan, I was thinking, we're catching up. We're not even the 1 year.
20 years behind.
All right, so under other business, we got a couple things here. We finally got a contract, a rural fire fee contract written for us and the solar farms. It's gonna be in lieu of $26,000 a year. So that'll be some incremental monies coming to the fire department that we've not been getting.
Yeah, good.
We just gotta get it in the right hands to get it signed and all that. The health care reimbursement agreement, that is,
That is for our deductible reimbursement. There was question about taxable, non-taxable when we were doing W-2s. This here, each employee will sign it, and it is, you don't have a copy of that, I just gave them to Shane today. Each employee will sign this, and it just states the procedure that this money is to be used only for healthcare expenses. You must meet your $250 deductible. You must bring in a receipt or an EOB showing that you've met that $250. So then once you meet that, you go to the doctor, you get your EOB saying you owe this person $1,000. At that time, we can pay you to go pay that bill, and then you bring a receipt back in showing that it's done. It says receipt or EOB in the actual contract, but each employee would sign this. And this keeps it from being taxable income. So that we have something on file saying that, yes, we did reimburse them for their deductible, but was spent on medical expenses. So then if they don't, then that's on them and not on the city.
That's why you gotta make the check out to them, and then they've gotta go pay it.
Yes.
the next thing I passed out paperwork, we've got, pickup truck, old fire truck, a air compressor, and old golf cart that we need to, we're not using it, so it needs to be surplused out. In my opinion, it's just taking up space. So we need a motion to be able to advertise that, seal bids.
Not being used.
I make a
Taking up
motion to
space.
surplus.
I'll think of that.
We have got another older F-150 out there too that we don't use, that short wheelbase truck. I didn't get a picture of it.
Okay.
And it's, we don't use it.
So basically 2 pickup trucks,
Yes.
fire truck, air compressor, and
That
golf cart.
cart.
Liquidate.
And how much have y'all brought back from the scrap? They've been
Yeah, they've
hauling
been-
scrap off, and over $1,000 hadn't it been that y'all have brought
Good
checks
deal.
back in?
Good.
All right, who seconded that?
Trey made the motion, Bruce
I
seconded it.
think
Michael
Michael beat me to the punch.
Oh, Michael did, okay.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, I got one more thing and I'm done. Looking at putting up, cameras and stuff out the water plant and all, just for the security side of it. Also looking at a gate for those guys that, be an automatic type gate at some point to where it's closed during the day. I mean, with it being open and them in and out, you know, we're just afraid somebody might slip in there, not to be mean, but there are people that might do something, you know, and,
Well, there are people that will do something.
so Bruce has given us a price. I know he's on the board. We will get other bids, but he wanted to come forth. He didn't want nothing to be under the table. Didn't want nobody to think we was trying to pull anything. So I'm bringing it before the board. Bruce and him give a bid. I will get us a couple more bids and we'll go from there. If that's okay with everybody. I just want to keep everything on the up and up. And I understand where Bruce is coming from as well.
Yeah, and I don't, you know, I don't wanna be like that, and we already do the cameras at City Hall before I got in this position. And, I think it's fair for others to have opportunity to bid on it, may the best man win, you know. That's, you know, when I was bidding on, or wanted the opportunity to bid on other jobs outside of Lake County, all I wanted was a fair shot. Got beat, you licked your money, you went on back and worked somewhere else, but anyway. That's the reason right there, plus, familiar with the properties and such, being service call, I can walk if I have to. So anyway, I just want to be upfront on that right there.
I did check with the auditor too, and she said because you were the vendor before you were voted into office, as long as we have bids behind.
Okay, all right, well, I'm
So
glad.
that's all I have.
Shane,
Thank y'all.
Hold on.
what about putting in with that, putting, cameras like on the front and the back of the fire department also? On the back, that would help with, of course, the park back there. And then on the front, later on, obviously when we get the park, you'd be able to visualize that too.
So the recorder at the city hall / police department has the room to do that. I think we have, 10, 11 cameras on it now. It's a 16 channel recorder, so you do have room to add them. That was also brought up possibly about putting one, since David's fixing up the building at the cemetery to have his chemicals, equipment and such right there. There is a solar powered network camera available, but when that, it's recorded on a card or have it on your phone, whatever. Just something to look at there. Out there, we'll have to have a recorder. So I'll look into that as well. Because basically, it's kind of dark, spots like that, people know it's out there and they think they can get $20 out of it. Sad savings.
You mentioned something to me before, with the state guys at the burn pile out here, about putting some kind of camera out there, but people better not going up outside the gate when the gates are locked. That's how it's to the fence.
Probably one of them have to do with solar.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else?
I just want to confirm that the home grant drawing is March 31st at
1:30 PM, right here.
right here.
And we have an independent citizen, Christy Jones from the bank, will be doing the drawing. It will not be anybody affiliated with the city.
So we as the citizens, the 31st of March at 1:30. I'm trying to get on Mr. Buck's camera. So they can be here. All right, there you go.
Anything else? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So motion we adjourn this meeting.
By Bruce, second by
Me.
Denise.
Thank you, everybody.
All in favor, say aye.
Thank you so much.